Hello everybody, here I am again. In this tutorial I will show you how to play those couple of phrases you can hear in the soundtrack to the movie Dune. So the newer Dune, the new one, the new movie made by Denis Villeneuve, and the soundtrack on Duduk is performed by Pedro Eustache. So this is the wind instruments player from Venezuela, very famous one. And amazingly, he just created something very futuristic with his duduk. That was some bass duduk, I guess, but extended version of the duduk. Definitely, he had, I guess, maybe 2 metal keys, extra keys, for the lower notes on his duduk. So to be able to play it with our usual A duduk, I had to change the pitch of his of the original soundtrack. Pedro is a unique player. He has over 600 wind instruments, different ones from different countries, and he has all the duduk keys possible, I guess, and also some very special ones. So since we don't have it, I also don't have those extended duduks. We will be playing it on duduk in A. Okay, there are not so many phrases he is playing in that soundtrack. Just a couple of phrases, and then he repeats them with a little difference, and then he repeats it again. But they are really hard because Pedro is using the metal keys for opening the lower note here, and then he also uses the half tone of it, which makes it almost impossible to play always correctly when we try to close it with our bellies. So we are gonna try to do that, but in many cases you will be incorrect. I will be not able to show you really how I do it with my belly, but you already know how to play the note of E, no? So you close all the holes here, making F sharp on A duduk, and then you just push it towards against the belly, like that, like that. Which gives us the note of E, F sharp, and the half tone would be the note of F. And here you have to see for yourself how you wanna do it. Either you just bring the duduk closer to your belly, sort of making a shade over this hole, or you try to make a half, kind of rotating the duduk a little bit to the side. I'm not sure what is better in your very case. What I suggest you that you wear something which is not too loose on your body, because if the shirt or t-shirt like I'm having now would be too loose, it would be totally impossible to make this note of F. You see, that was F. And this F is of course not very much correct, but what can we do? The first phrase. You see, those 8 notes, starting with the note of E, then the note of B, so 5 fingers. E, we are pushing the duduk towards against the belly. So as if we are playing Shushtar here, opening a half tone with the ring finger. It goes like that. The last one was the note of E, starting with E, and the last one E. So the second part of the first phrase, we start with B. Like that, like that. And then the last one, again B, starting with B, and the last one, the fourth note, is B, the higher B. We open everything and press our lips. Next, two phrases or one phrase containing 8 notes. We again start with the note of E. Like that. So again, note of E with the belly. And then instead of playing B, we play the note of C, which is here the half tone with the index finger. Like that. D sharp, E. All together. So, and the next one is more difficult because we have to use the half tone, making the note of F here. That was the third part, starting with F as much as you can. Next note is E, A. E, F. Like that. Half. G sharp. Lips pressed a bit. And A, all open, lips relaxed. That was the third part. That was the fourth one. So we start again with the note of F, half tone with the belly. So two half tones here, then the half tone with the middle finger, note of F, and then note of A, all open, and then the final one is a note of B, high. Like that, you see? And then he plays all these phrases 2 more times before the rest of the track comes in. And in the second, during the second time he's playing it, he makes only one little difference in the first phrase. So instead of going E, B, he goes E, G sharp, like that. You see? Instead of he goes and then all the rest is same. And then in the third one, everything is like in the first one. And that's basically it. what you basically can do, you can download the original minus track, which, as I told you, is for the duduk in G. You can use some application, which I mentioned a lot, like Amazing Slowdowner or Capo or the same stuff on computer. So you can change the key of that original soundtrack for your A duduk, going 2/2 steps up, and then you can practice along with this composition played in the background. That was Karuna. See you in my next tutorials. Bye bye.